That's the difference. Advocate don't always make money. Tends to be volunteer a lot of the time, and then you're lucky to make money off of it. MLM's supposed to be making money, just never do. They lie it. What MLM are you in? Hello everyone, how are you all doing today? I hope you are all doing fabulous. I'm just making a coffee because today's video is gonna be a doozy. So today we are going to be talking about, is anti-MLM anti-women? And we're gonna be listening to a man mansplain to us why it's anti-women. I know. It's a lot to process and take in. I'll watch my girl Savannah Marie's video, who I just adore. And so, yeah, same dude. I mean, how many of them are there? One. He's the only one. Stay tuned if you want to see me flip out about this dude. Because I'm crazy like that. Make me crazy. Alright, let's just get started. So, I'm not going to be showing the dude because same thing. I don't want to give him any more attention than he's already gotten. We don't need to know who he is. He can be completely nameless, just a voice that we're going to be hearing. Apparently there's a rule on YouTube where you're not supposed to punch down. I know, like I would know that. I got people like Tommy C lying about me with 45,000 subscribers. Who knew that was a rule, guys? I'm technically punching down right now, which again, who would have known that was a rule? So this person though is, at least they only have like a few hundred less than me, so I don't feel as bad. Somebody like Tommy should feel for doing a video on me. Just saying. Like to punch down there, do ya? Guess you can't punch up when you such a bitch. We're going to be talking about this gentleman that seems to believe that anti-MLM is anti-women. The like ratio is 29 Hunbots. And the dislike is I was number 231. So it's being well received, as you can tell.
Is anti-multi-level marketing anti-women? Right now I'm going to touch on 3 different categories of anti-women stances I've seen touched on by the anti-MLM community, whether...
Are you also going to be talking about how MLMs are anti-women? Or just those of us that speak out against them? I'm just wondering.
Be people in the comment section or content creators themselves, and those 3 categories are exploitation, predation, and degradation of women. Let's start with the exploitative side of anti-MLM.
So basically, you've listed off what we're against the MLMs doing. Okay.
So a common argument against multi-level marketing is that those in the top ranks of these companies are making money off the backs of those in the bottom ranks. Now, oftentimes, the people in the bottom levels of these companies, which are female-dominated, are often given the label of...
Ooh. Female-dominated sometimes. See, there's a lot of companies out there that I would actually argue are more male-dominant. Amway actually has more men sign up for it than women. Primerica, lots and lots of men sign up for that one. The Bitcoin ones, cryptocurrency ones, almost all men. Just saying.
Victim in the anti-MLM world. And I believe the anti-MLM world and that whole movement is also making money off the backs of these same so-called victims.
Whoa, bud. I am one. Do you mind if I speak out against these companies using my own experience and the experiences of others who want to share, but maybe for whatever reason, they don't want to be up there on YouTube? I mean, if anyone knows why someone wouldn't want to be on YouTube, it's me. Can't blame them. What are you on about? I am a victim myself of It Works and Scentsy. They stole money from me. So, excuse me, if I want to make some back, for most of us, it's not even about that. We only monetize our channels so that we can put it back into our channels. Some of us also are able to work doing YouTube. A lot of people like Savannah Marie, for example. Guess what? She started her channel long before she was ever anti-MLM, is also a victim of MLMs. So for you to say that, it's like, okay. Other thing, in case you're wondering, social service workers get paid. Psychologists get paid. They all get paid to help people. I don't have a problem with people getting paid to help people. Why would you?
Now you may be saying, well, some people in the community don't monetize their anti-MLM stance, either as content creators or viewers or commenters. However, building a social media following of any size has a value in today's society, and I've seen some anti-MLM creators point out in early stages of their content creation that they don't make money off their videos, and then I later see them have ads on their video when I revisit their pages. So this to me supports what a recent
because you can't have ads until you're at 1,000 subscribers. Are you just mad that you haven't gotten there yet and you don't get ads?
Article on this whole industry has said, which is that basically anti-MLM, the label, is now being exploited to build personal brands online rather than be that educational movement that it started out as. On the flip side, when I see...
It's still an educational movement. Sorry. We do spread awareness. We spread education. We do comedy. We entertain. There's all kinds of different channels, and we all do things very, very differently. You probably won't find channels that are all that similar to each other. A lot of us also do other content on top of anti-MLM. So for you to be all like, oh, don't monetize your channel because you're doing some advocacy work for the anti-MLM community is stupid. Because like I said, people do other things on top of that. So then what? They're just not allowed to make money? Still a better way than working for MLMs, just saying.
People celebrating someone, a lot of times a woman, technically working for free, especially in the anti-MLM world, meaning they may be building a valuable following online, but it's not monetized to the point where they can pay their bills with the revenue from that following. So to me, that...
Wait, what? Do you want us making money or not?
That is actually an anti-woman stance because you are celebrating a woman working for free, something often criticized in the anti-MLM community.
The difference here, though, is that when we're advocating against MLMs, we're aware at the beginning that we're not going to be making money. And like I said, most of us don't do it for that purpose. It's to speak out about our experiences, to help other people, spread awareness, spread education. So we're not going into this like, oh, I hope I'm going to make some money and then end up working for free for months or years trying to build a career off of it. When you sign up for an MLM, though, they actually will be like, hey, you're going to come make money with me. And then you don't make money. And that's the promise. That's the difference. Advocate, don't always make money. Tends to be volunteer a lot of the time. And then you're lucky to make money off of it. MLM's supposed to be making money. Just never do. And you're lied to. Do you get that? Can you get the difference there? Is that easy enough for you? Okay, moving on.
In regards to the time it takes to make a profit, if ever, in multi-level marketing. Also, this is contradictory to a lot of the conversations around women working for free in general. Now, the exploitation is very apparent when these quote-unquote horror stories are used to scare people who are anti-MLM from going to the middle on this topic.
No, that's not what it is. We're not using them to scare people. We're literally sharing stories of things that actually happened. It's not propaganda. It's people's real stories. We share them, again, to spread the awareness and education. Why do you want everyone in the middle? This dude's weird. What MLM are you in?
To me, it is anti-woman to scare a community of mostly women into not making certain decisions for themselves and using examples of people going from anti-MLM to MLM to keep people on your side. Because to me, it's...
We've only ever had one person go from anti-MLM to MLM. And most of us aren't even sure if that person was even anti-MLM to begin with. So, is that why you're here?
Shows a weakness in the anti-argument. If your side has such strong standing on what you believe, how can someone leave for the thing that you criticize and are so strongly against, and also be framed as this person who left and almost took down an entire movement? Also turn...
Whoa, 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 hold up, hey. No. See, like, my whole point whenever talking about that experience and that situation that happened with that person was that they didn't bring down the whole movement, or almost did. It was all some silly drama to me, and they seem to put a lot of importance on themselves and what they meant to this movement. But my whole thing is, if you can as easily jump ship in the movement, how much were you really in it to begin with? You weren't in it. You weren't in it at all.
Turning people's pain into entertainment, in my opinion, is exploitative, because a lot of what I've seen...
Hi. My name's Queen of Spade. People just call me Queen most of the time though. And I use my own mental health as comedy to cope, to deal. You ever heard of that before? When I was in my worst, lowest point after leaving MLM companies, and I felt really, really bad about myself afterwards, what got me through is the comedy from videos like this. That's how I coped, which is why I'm doing it now. I'm hoping that I can give someone out there what I was given by people like Illuminati and Q-Star and the Recovering Hanbot and etc., etc. Like, I wanted to do that for other people because it helped me get through a situation. And that's just kind of who I am. If I go through something and I can get through it, and then I'll try and share the ways that I got through something. It's just who I am. It's a social worker in me. So... nah, it's not exploitative. It's a comedic way to discuss these topics. A lot of the time, they're heavy topics. These are cults. Are you aware that you're sticking up for cults right now? Saying that people talk it out against cults that prey on mainly women, as you keep saying. And then you're getting upset that people use comedy to cope. Have you been on YouTube for long? Have you watched YouTube before? Welcome to YouTube, where everybody uses comedy to cope with our old bullshit. I know what we're all doing out here. Tell me I'm wrong. Welcome to YouTube, my man.
Is content that starts out educational and then it turns into entertainment once that one point is made in one video, and then it starts coming up over and over and over again in dozens of videos with the same points being made for the same group of people over and over again. And to me, this mimics cult.
No. You can do it in different ways. A lot of us start doing deep dives. A lot of us start out doing comedy, going through the r/anti-MLM subreddit. And then we actually start to do the education and awareness a little bit down the line. Or we start off by telling our own story and experience with leaving a company, and then we talk about the education and awareness down the line. Again, the comedy is to cope. This guy just doesn't have a sense of humor.
Like behavior, which I will touch on in a future video regarding MLMs and the anti-MLM stance. Now, in regards to predatory behavior, another criticism of multi-level marketing, or as some call it network marketing, is the appearance of preying on people's vulnerabilities or pain points to market the product or business opportunity. Now, some of those pain points are often a desire for purpose or income or a community. So in my opinion, the anti-MLM stance preys on people's ignorance by showing only the bad stories and unethical business practices, when in reality...
What are you talking about? We literally read through posts and play videos all the time of people bragging about how successful they are. That's like half of our job out here, is that we show people talking about the positive, going off about their success, and then we're like, this is the reality of it though.
There are also good stories and ethical business practices in these companies. Because if you look for the good, you will find the good. If you look for the bad, you will find the bad.
Are you talking about confirmation bias? Because I bet you we're more familiar with that than you are if you're pro MLM as well. Just saying. These companies have 18 million people in the US every single year in them, just constantly pumping out positive, 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 positive. And guess what? It's positive lies. Their mentality is fake it till you make it, and they lie to people and tell them that they're doing well so that those people sign up thinking they're going to do well, and they sign up other people thinking they're going to do well, and then none of them do well. They're lying to everyone, and we'll show that. So you can't be like, they only show the negative side, when most of the time we actually show the positive side first. We're like, this is what this company promises. This is what this person's saying their success is. Now let's talk about how this can't be the case. Because, for example, everybody says they make money in these things, but the actual statistics that the Federal Trade Commission did show that 0.04% actually make money. But they're all posting that they're all making great money. They lie it. So we point it out because they're the ones that are lying and preying on people. And we show the statistics, we show the compensation plans. Even their numbers don't add up to all the fabulous posts you see, by the way. They use toxic positivity a lot. They're just toxic in general. We need to speak out against that because they're only showing the positive. And like I said, we'll show them showing the positive, and then we'll talk about the reality. To me, it's not even about the negative and positive. It's about the lies versus the reality. Make sense?
And in the anti-MLM argument's case, preying on people's bad experiences is a way to get and keep people in the quote-unquote anti-mindset that only exists because of the MLMs and the results that they produce, which scares people into expressing any other viewpoint besides the anti-MLM viewpoint. Recently, we've seen an example.
And that's not the case. And if you're about to bring up what I think you're going to bring up, we're going to have a whole problem, bud. A whole problem.
Of what happens when someone is on the outs with the anti-MLM community, especially when they leave after being a part of it.
No. Don't you switch that around. Don't you switch that around. Lord almighty Jesus, help me get through. You should get a hold of the Goon Squad. You look like you would be a great dude for them. You could just be misogynistic all the time, insult women all the time, twist things around. Perfect for the commentary community over there. Not so much for over here, though. That person tried to talk crap on our old community. We've had a few people do that. It doesn't go over well. Because they lying. If you're going to come over here in this community and then you're just going to be all about drama and being stupid and talking smack on our own community, what's the point in you even being here? Why are you here? We honestly don't care. We wanted that person to just bye-bye, bitch. But they kept going and going and going and story and story and attack and attack and attack and threats and blah, 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 blah. And if you haven't noticed, we don't put up with that shit over here. At all. We don't play with that. Now, a lot of us got mad. We said, fuck you and your threats. Get the fuck on then. Move on with your life. You want to leave, that's fine. You don't have to act like a hun and talk smack and threaten and do all that kind of stuff to people, okay? All right, glad we got that figured out.
The anti-MLM community, which brings me to the degradation of women point that I've seen displayed in the anti-MLM community. Let's start with just education in general. So for a community that says it is about educating people on what happens in MLMs to prevent people from joining and using unethical business practices within them, it sure is interesting to see a person on the outs education history being discredited. If you were pro-women empowerment, wouldn't you be celebrating a woman trying to better herself? And why is it okay to put...
This person was manipulated by an MLM company into thinking that they owed that company money because they were speaking out against it. And then they actually trashed the whole community on their way out. And they were the ones degrading people. Our community spoke up. This person had lied about who they are as a person. They lied about credentials that they had, that they did try to use while they were in our community. Come show me you passed that bar, bitch. And because of that, yeah, when they went rogue and started talking smack, we were like, whoa, hold up, this person has never been who they claim to be. Come show me you passed that bar, bitch. They were making viewers feel very bad about themselves. They took advantage of our viewers. You know, like a boss babe, upline, takes advantage of her downlines. And that's why. That's why. If she had just been like, I don't want to be in this community anymore, like the other person that you seem to forget existed, I actually made a beautiful video to that person upon them leaving. Didn't degrade them for leaving at all. Told them that I wished them well with their business. But they also didn't attack our whole community and like go offside like the other person you're talking about did. See, there's a huge difference here. Huge difference, bud. Huge difference. And there is an example of people leaving that didn't get attacked because they didn't attack everyone on their way out. Do you understand? Can you figure that out? You got that? All right, Mr. Misogyny, let's keep going.
Put a woman down because she's doing something a little bit different than maybe you would do it. On a similar note, a video came out recently on the situation surrounding this person that is now on the outs with the community, in which there was criticism of her claiming to have expertise in multiple areas. Come show me you passed that bar, bitch. Now, to me, this is the opposite of empowering women as well, because...
Are you good with the talk we just had over that? Do I have to go into it again? Lies. Lying. Here's the thing. Our community doesn't like people lying about their credentials. We're very big on that. Most of us are against medical gurus and the like, you know, since that's also who usually starts up these companies. Just saying. So yeah, if someone comes out here and they're literally lying, like here's the thing, okay? I have my social service worker, but I don't use it for this. So I don't ever come out here going like, oh, listen to me, I have experience and education and blah, 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 and social work. Because honestly, I don't even feel like it would help, okay? And what I'm doing, I like to be a little bit more sassy and comedic. Like, I'm definitely more of a comedian than I am a social worker in any way, shape, or form. So I wouldn't want to, like, attach that professionalism onto me, because I like going rogue sometimes. But that person actually did come out here and they were like, I'm a lawyer, medical school, business school. Come show me you passed that bar, bitch. And I mean, you know, they could be, but no, the person ended up being someone that actually spent a portion of their time at the Playboy Mansion. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, bitch, don't lie. Don't make up credentials and education you do not have and then use those to gain an audience of people that are against MLM companies that have been already preyed on by them. Probably about half of your audience, by the way. And then literally turn around and be like, you guys, I'm joining one. And then just crap on the whole community and then use that education and experience that you've been lying about to try to discredit our community. When you just used it in our community. Does that make sense? Why that did not work for us? Why we were like, yo, hold up, this all needs to stop. If you're a doctor and a lawyer, fucking amazing. Amazing. But most people that sit around and say, I'm a doctor and a lawyer, actually are. If you're not, and you fucking lying, shut up. Went to college for 2 years. I had my social service worker. That would be like me coming and sitting here and being like, I'm a psychologist. Like, no, bitch, shut up. No, you're not. That's a problem. Come on, bro. All right, now continue to mansplain to me, Mr. Man, why I am mean to my own gender in this community. Please.
Because I thought the modern woman was supposed to be able to do it all if they choose, and that was supposed to be celebrated. So
It is. It is. We would love for women to be able to do it all, which is why we do not like these MLM companies lying to people, telling them that they can do it all, and then brainwashing them into a cult. There are several creators out here that constantly support small businesses. You want an amazing creator right now? Savvy writes books. She spends her entire career on here discussing how women especially can have real small businesses. Not involved with MLM. So they're the CEO. They're the girl boss, if you will. Okay? Empowering people, especially women, as you keep saying, to create their own business. That's 50 million times more empowering than going and joining as a distributor for a business and having them lie to you and tell you that you own your own business. And then the second you don't work hard enough for them or something, they literally don't pay you. Or they cut you out of your business. But I thought you owned it. Oh, but they can still cut you out of it. Makes sense. No, we want to see women actually start their own businesses that they can't get kicked out of, especially if they're family woman. Okay? Because it's even worse if you have a family to support and these things are taking away from you. Okay? That's like, because like for me, I don't only have me to think of, I also have to think of my husband and my daughter. So if I am wasting all of my time with an MLM company and then they screw me over, my whole family's getting screwed. If I start my own business and I build up from the ground up and I build and build and build, any money I make is going to me. I don't lose my business unless I quit. And I don't have anyone above me going, you're not working hard enough, and mom shaming me to get me to work harder. See the difference? That's the problem with the MLMs. And we speak out against that. So, no, we're not the same. Nice try, though. Go subscribe to Savvy.
Opinion, degrading a woman for confidence in her competence in multiple areas is not progressive. It is actually regressive.
If we did that, I would be getting torn apart by every single anti-MLM advocate we have here. I am probably the worst one. Hi, nice to meet you. And I'm not even mean.
One point I actually agree on with MLMs that is talked about in the anti-MLM community is the seemingly overpriced products and distributors not being able to set their own prices of the products they sell. The problem is when someone left the community for an MLM, then created a supplemental product in which she could set the price herself, she was and still is being heavily criticized and labeled a quote-unquote scammer. So how...
Is she now a scientist? A pharmacist? Now we're creating products out here? Really? Do I have to go into this rant again and explain why lying about credentials to create products to sell to people is unethical with zero integrity? Do I? I really do feel like I am responding to a bro bot. Is this like Johnny Jumpman's cousin or something? What's happening?
Can you say you are pro-woman empowerment, then bash a woman for charging what she feels she is worth? Especially when someone in the anti-MLM community, maybe more than one at this point, are trying to do the same thing regarding some social media training and influencer training. That to me is not...
No. Nope. And I'm not okay with it. I actually have a really big problem with people in the anti-MLM community trying to teach like social media influencing. The only one I'm aware of ever actually doing that is Kimber, because we all speak out against those people. And that was actually one of my reservations about that person to begin with, was that to me, if like you can't be teaching that, because we sit around all day going through people that claim that they're teaching that, and we talk about how you can Google it and get it like for free all the time. So that for you, I agree, for you to then turn around and be shilling it yourself is crappy. Please, if there is an anti-MLM advocate out here right now and they're selling classes to teach people how to do social media, please let me know, because I will kindly go and talk to them and be like, listen, this is not a good idea, sis. Not a good idea. Like, no. I agree. That would be hypocrisy. I just never seen it other than...
not women supporting women. But I'm sure there will be some people still trying to justify this behavior somehow. But at the end of the day, I know, and I know a lot of people are finally waking up to this, that it's becoming clear that the quote-unquote pro-women, women-supporting women, whatever you want to call it, movement is actually being weaponized by many.
No, sweetie, we're not the feminist movement. See, you're putting a lot on me, like I'm the whole feminist movement here. That's what I felt like that sounded like. He's like, this is the pro-women movement. No. I mean, we are pro-women here. We like to empower women, yes. Small business women, yes. Help women get the time with their families if they want, for real, you know, instead of just being for an MLM all day. Things like that, for sure. But I feel like this dude was just like, this is the feminist movement. It was like, whoa, 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 whoa. A lot of us don't identify as feminists, and I'm one of those people. I know that didn't help my argument at all, but I still empower women. And it's because I just personally, I'm against identity politics, and so I don't like label myself with, the only labels I have are mother, wife. I have an issue with like being like, oh, I am a feminist. However, am I a feminist in terms of what I believe in? Yeah. I mean, if I was to sit here and go through all of my beliefs about how I think we should all be empowering women and etc., you would probably consider me a feminist. The other part of that, though, is that I actually also talk that way when it comes to men. So then some people are like, well, you can't be a feminist because you also talk about how like men need shelters for domestic violence and blah 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 blah. And there's a whole area of feminism that doesn't think that should be a thing. You know, so I kind of stay away from the labels and then just kind of talk about my beliefs and just try to be a good person. And to me, that's really what life is more about. It's not about like labeling yourself as these things. It's just be a good fucking person. Live and breathe it, you know? We're not the fucking feminist female empowering movement. We are the anti-multi-level marketing movement. And we also do this for men. Lots of men are in these things too, damn it. So I feel like you also have to kind of consider that as well. Like, we're not like completely all about just women. We don't like it when the men get ripped off. We want the men to also be able to like run their own businesses instead and things like this. Like, do you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
As a means to an end for total authority over people. And in my opinion, this is being shown in the recent behavior.
I don't want any authority over. Do not give me authority over anyone. I do not want the authority over anyone, even in my own community. I don't want to be seen as like some boss bitch or anything like that. No. I ain't in charge of anybody. That's what I'm against. That's what we're all against. We don't want people to be like in charge of other people. That's the whole point. Damn it. No, like bro, are you okay? This dude doesn't even understand what our movement is, but he just did a whole video talking about how our movement is against women. And he's a dude. Like, if I wasn't a feminist, this is the kind of thing that would make me one. Just saying. People are like, you don't need feminism. I'm like, no, like, even though I'm not a feminist, yeah, I do. I do need it.
Behavior of the anti-MLM community. So I look forward to seeing your comments in the comment section below.
No,
and if you want more multi-level marketing MLM related content, make sure to tap or click the screen next.
We good. Did you say at the end of this video just now, if you want more anti-multi-level marketing content, after you just tore apart your whole community, is that what you doing? Are you like the male version of this other one here? Because I'm about to throw hands, bro. So, sorry guys, I had to like, woo-sa. Tell me down in the comments if you know what movie that's from, by the way. That was interesting. I always like when men tell me what's best for our female movements. It's always great. I feel like this dude just did this video to get people watching. He did it. There's 700 guys. Don't do that. Don't do that. 700 comments under his video. I'm not even gonna look. It's probably people telling him off. Please don't do that. Because I feel like people like him are the people that, you know, we don't appreciate, that see a trend and they want to jump on. Or see an advocate leave and want to jump on. I don't know, whatever. So I understand that recently there's been some people that have been talking about how our community can be kind of bullying. And I just want to let people know, like, we're against that stuff. So if you do see that, please let one of us know what you're seeing so that we can kind of like go and check it out and deal with it, because we're not about that. And I hope that you enjoyed me reacting to this dude. And I'll ask you to let me know down in the comments below if you think that anti-MLM is anti-women or anti-anything else for that matter. Let me know in the comments below. Try and be nice to each other, please. I feel like this person just wants to, he's like a Scot, you know? He just wants to come at our community, be a dink, and then hopefully get people riled up. And then he can get a whole bunch of views and get a bunch of subs or whatever he wants. And then he's a YouTuber and can monetize. It's funny, he keeps talking about the monetization thing. It's like, sweetie, we all know you're trying to get those last 300 to do it yourself. Who you kidding? Hypocrisy! I always find it interesting whenever men try to talk about what is right for women. Good luck trying to tell a man what's right for him, by the way. I had to hear it. I had to react to it. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I don't have anything new to add that I haven't already said, other than please don't go find this guy and go right or give him any more attention. We all try not to do that and not to like pile on and give attention to or like out or like expose anyone out here. That's not what we're about. So don't go doing that. Don't go in the comment section and be like, fuck you, we are all about women. Because it's not going to help anything. It really isn't. And no matter where you are, what you're doing, I hope that you have a fabulous, fabulous, fabulous day. Take care, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! And, dude, if you want to come and have a debate with me, we might be able to do that. Contact me. My email is on my About page. Good luck. My subs are like, he just said he didn't want to give him any more attention, and then he said he would debate him. I'm like, yeah, well, we'll see what happens. And you're lied to. Do you get that? Can you get the difference there? Is that easy enough for you? Okay, moving on. Good luck.
I'm just getting started. It's only the beginning. Someone tell these motherfuckers I'm just getting started. Now fuck with the drama. I'm trying to fuck up some commas. I'd rather make me some dollars. I'm doing good, just like my karma. Two-face, I can't trust that. You spare lies, I state facts. Heard your songs, they all whack. Telling these rappers to fall back. I just keep making the music. I never making excuses. I gotta keep myself focused. The rest of y'all niggas is useless. Drop a song, they want more. Gotta give them what they ask for. On the road to success, dog. I ain't taking no detour. Focus only on the positive. Everything else is irrelevant. Didn't want to see me blow up. Now they all gotta deal with it. Trying to take care of my fam, though. I need that money unlimited. The lifestyle that you rap about, we all know you ain't living it. I just keep giving that quality. That's why you rappers ain't qualified. I just keep changing the whole vibe. I ain't stopping till I'm satisfied. Join the game on beast mode. No help, no cheat code. Headshot, then I reload. Catch me all in the kill zone. They say this was the ending. It's only the beginning. Watch me get away with murder, about to make a killing. I ain't stopping, I ain't quitting, I ain't giving up for nothing. Someone come and tell these motherfuckers I'm just getting started. I'm just getting started. It's only the beginning. Someone tell these motherfuckers I'm just getting started.